EdisonReport, and I'm here at LuxLive with Rick Edens, President and CEO of QSSI. Rick, welcome.
Randy, it's a pleasure to be here, and it seems like I always see you in foreign countries.
Well, we do seem to run into each other at these trade shows. I keep telling my wife next year I hope to have more of a life and not travel so much, but here we are. Now, Rick and I have known each other for about 25 years, and Rick, I've seen a lot of evolution from QSSI. Tell me a little about the early days and how you started.
Well, Randy, it was 1985, so next year we'll be enjoying our 30-year anniversary. And we actually started as a trading company, sourcing, doing quality control and logistics. And we evolved about 2 years later into manufacturing. And the reason for it, single-handedly, was the introduction of the fax machine. I realized that the world was getting smaller. The need for a sourcing company to do those things would just be short-lived. So I got into manufacturing and changed the name of the company to QSSI. It was originally Quality Sourcing Services Incorporated.
Okay.
So we got into manufacturing.
Okay, and as I recall, you would manufacture a complete fixture for many different companies, but you would perhaps stock the product and just put the label on for the OEM.
Yeah, that's right. We continue and have always been an OEM supplier of private brands. So actually, in the lighting world, if you know about QSSI, you probably would have been a customer or a supplier of components. So yes, we do supply and manufacture a complete light fixture. In fact, we're an extremely integrated manufacturer of light fixtures. We're die caster, plastic injection molding, metal stamping. We make ceramic and porcelain lamp holders. We make magnetic ballast. We buy glass in sheets, treat it ourselves thermally and temporally, and cut it to size. And now we're getting into LED manufacturing by doing our own SMT and flow process for LED board arrays.
Really?
Really.
So many people have used your product, but probably wouldn't even know it's been a QSSI product.
Correct. We've manufactured over the years, Randy, perhaps under more than 100 brands of lighting companies.
Amazing. Now, is most of your manufacturing done in Ningbo?
Actually, in China, we have 2 facilities and 1 in Taiwan. Our main lighting facility for outdoor is Ningbo, China. It's on the outskirts of Ningbo in a city called Yuya. And we have another facility in the southern part of China in a city called Jiangmen, which makes electrical products non-lighting. So conduit bodies and fittings and air conditioning disconnects. But back to lighting, it's all done in our Ningbo area facility.
And how many facilities do you have now across the world?
Okay, across the world, well, we're just opening, I'm proud to say, here in the UK, since we're located here now today, in a city called Somerset, historic and beautiful. So in Europe, we have 1, it's here now. In the Middle East, we have a facility in Dubai. In Asia, we have a facility in Taiwan and 2 in China. And in North America, we have 5 facilities, all in the USA, not in Canada.
Still privately held?
Still privately held, yes.
Okay, congratulations on that. Now,
well, I feel sorry for that guy.
I'm sure. You mentioned a technology that I've heard a little about called LED. Tell me, how your product line has evolved.
First of all, Randy, I can't even spell LED, so I'm not going to profess to sit here and tell you anything that you don't already know. But nonetheless, LED to us is another light source. Being a light fixture manufacturer, I often joke we really don't care what you put inside of it, just buy our fixture, but of course we care. LED unquestionably is taking over lighting, including outdoor lighting, which is really the space that we play in. And as I mentioned earlier, we are getting into manufacturing our own arrays and chip-on-board products. to go into our fixtures. So it's an extremely important go-forward light source for us.
When I saw you in China, you mentioned you were considering getting into what I call the A-lamp replacement LED market. How has that gone for you?
Well, it's slow coming, I might add, as you can appreciate. That whole industry is evolving so quickly. The performance is going up while the cost is coming down, as we all know. So we have entered into that space. It's mostly for the commercial sector, which is our space, if you will. And we're going to grow the line, particularly now that we're making our own light source in LED. And we see an opportunity for commercial retrofitting.
I see. How do you see the lighting economy these days?
Well, it's very vibrant. LED single-handedly has caused a lot of new capital to be infused into the lighting industry. I know we've added on, just in technical support, probably 30 strong in regards to personnel, engineers. It's evolved into a lot of new tooling, new fixture designs, new thermal management systems, and not to mention control systems that are showing up everywhere now. Now that we have this energy-saving platform of a light source, we now have to control it to make it more energy efficient.
And we see a lot of growth in controls. Do you have controls?
Not yet.
Something you're interested in. You're saying yet, so.
Very much so. Very much so. We believe, like everyone else, that the light fixture and the light source is one part of the package, and there's tremendous opportunity to go forward and continue to save and extend the life of your light source by controlling it.
Okay. Rick, let's fast forward. Say we're in the year 2020. Okay, 2020. What sources will still be left?
Well, that's a difficult question. I'm going to outright say LED.
Okay.
But I'm also going to say HID. I'm also going to say fluorescent. And I would say, as a guess, plasma. But I think there is going to be a market sector for the various light sources going forward. We as a manufacturer continue to sell HID fixtures every day, as does everyone. I don't know the true numbers of what I'm told about LED in regards to capturing market share. All I know is it's growing. But we think those light sources will remain valid at least until that moment in time, 2020. I hope I'm still around to see
I hope you are as well, and I'm sure you will be. Last question, we talk about the sources. I see induction in your booth.
Yes.
What's the future of induction?
Well, as you know, Randy, induction is a very old technology. It goes back to the 30s, and it really was just designed to be a fluorescent lamp without a filament.
Right.
Therefore, a long-life light source. And it has evolved to be that. And we, like HID, sell induction lighting every day. We view it as a good alternative to LED. It's a different type of light. It might be more pleasing to certain clients, personnel, certain applications. It does rival LED in regards to life. It is a 50, 60, maybe even in some application, a 100,000 hour life. You can get the various color temperatures from 2,700 to 6,000. So we feel it's going to remain valid. This particular market in the UK, it's not so known about. It's not so popular. But in other parts of the world, particularly the USA, it's become a very viable outdoor and indoor light source.
Very good. All right, Rick, thank you so much.
Randy, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate the time.
Cut.